Hello, Sinvicta.
Hello, Northernlion.
Happy Friday.
It is Friday. Now and then, when this video goes live.
Dude, absolutely. I forgot. There is one video we record where it's the day we record it, but a week earlier.
What a beginning to February that was, man. Can you believe that we're already 1/6 away through 2020 into the new decade?
Not really.
How's your 2020 been so far? Give us your summary in January of 2020 for Northernlion.
Well, first, let me hit you with a 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Good luck. Have fun.
I have not been shy about explaining to people the fact that I do not typically find the start of the year is in my highlights annually. So much of the things I like about being alive are muted in January, February, and March.
Okay.
It rains since the start of January. It's rained or snowed probably 80% of days in Vancouver without fail. So being outside kind of sucks. And the things I like most about doing my job are making videos. But in January, February, and March, there's a lot of accounting stuff to do to make sure your taxes are done properly.
I'm with you on that one.
And I have like a certain sense of like generalized anxiety about that stuff, where every year I'm like, I don't feel right until I get that confirmation from the government that like you're good.
You're not getting audited, and
I don't even care about being audited. I don't know, because I mean, I would prefer not to, because it seems like a lot of work. But for me, it's just, and I was talking to my parents about it, and my parents were like, we're the same way. So I don't know, there's some cultural or genetic component. But it's like, until I get that letter that's like, you're good and paid up for 2019 or whatever year, every day I wake up, I'm like, it's my last day as a free man. Like I missed a zero somewhere, and they're gonna be like, well, we're taking you away. They're gonna be like, you owe us $1 billion, and I'm gonna be like, I don't have $1 billion. So they're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna put you in jail then.
We gotta take your cats then. Sorry.
So, but then, like, whenever I tell this to other people, like our accountants, and I'm like, I should say, we don't have multiple accountants on staff. We just have like a company we go to, and it seems like a crap job, so there's constant turnover at the bottom anyway. They're always like, you shouldn't be worried, and I'm like, oh, I know, but I am every year.
Can I ask you a question? Because I'm trying to relate to. I want to see if this is the similar feeling that you have for me, because I know what you're talking about. For me, it feels around this time of year, it always feels like the best way I can describe it is that I know I have an assignment due, but I don't remember when it's due, and I also don't remember what it covers.
Yeah,
that's the feeling that you get.
Yeah, and if you fail the assignment, the government will be very upset with you.
See, I'm not worried. I don't sweat like any possible IRS penalties or whatnot, because I know that I know everything that I do by the books. It's just that I always have the feeling of uneasiness, knowing that like I feel like I've got a huge assignment that's due tomorrow, and I haven't done it yet.
It's like I have people might be like, oh, this is like, that's very weird, NL. All I can say is it's been every year. Like last year, you're like, did you go through that? Yeah, absolutely. And I got a letter from the government that was like, you're good. And I was like, I can enjoy April through December now.
I was thinking that we were here, but I wasn't 100% sure.
I haven't chosen yet, but I'm about to.
I think we're like here. I got you by 100 and...
Okay.
148.
Considering the lack of information, I felt very confident that was New Zealand, because they spoke English and it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. They did speak English, and they were driving on the wrong side of the road. That's how I knew it was not Canada.
Oh yeah, that's I have that knowledge built in, because I was like, this doesn't look like where I live.
I mean, if if you would have shown me any pictures there without letting me see like what I saw that told me it was New Zealand, I saw a top level domain at the very end. If you would have told me that, like, yeah, this is part of like Saskatchewan or somewhere, I would have been like, oh yeah, totally.
Absolutely not. That would have been a malicious lie. Saskatchewan has no topography. It is level.
Ministerio de Planificación Federal.
Yeah.
Inversion Purifica y Servición Secretaria de Obras Públicas Dirección Nacional de Validad.
Yep.
So we're in France.
You also cannot circular por banquina. If you're banquina, I should say. Dunk, 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 dunk.
Dude, that looks this little like fake lake that they have here looks like it'd be awesome for like catfishing.
You think they have catfish here?
Yeah.
Yo, I have an American question
in South
for
America?
you. I wouldn't know, honestly. But
okay.
I have an America question for you.
Oh my god.
You ever see the fishing people do where they're like in the mud and they like reach into a hole with their forearm? Dude, noodling. What the heck is up with that?
That is absolute madness is what that is. Because I am not... Look, I'm not scared of a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, am I going to put my entire body in the water, go underwater, and then stick my arm in a hole with an unknown creature in there, but we're assuming it's a catfish, but hoping it's not an alligator? No, that's not me. I will use a rod, and I'll use a reel and bait, and I'm happy with that.
I say this having grown up in the country, believe it or not, if you're watching. Country folk, they're a different breed sometimes.
Yes, they are.
I think, honestly, there's just less to do, and that leads to having to provide your own entertainment in the form of activities that have a high propensity to injure or kill you, to be honest.
Like, I don't know if you ever watched River Monsters with Jeremy Wade.
I've probably seen one episode, would be my guess.
One of my favorite, like, series ever. Like, if you've never seen the inside of a catfish's mouth, it's like two gripping pads on the top and bottom jaw instead of teeth. I mean, they're like, some catfish do have like actually pronounced teeth, but these are like gripping pads like that you would see in like sandpaper, like a sandpaper glove to make sure that they don't let go. If that thing wanted to grab your foot or something and swim off with you, I don't care how big and strong and bad you think you are, you're not getting away from that at all.
From like a catfish?
A big catfish that takes your entire foot in its mouth and wants to swim down, you are not going to be able to stop that.
I'm not saying I want to do it. In a fight or flight situation, I give myself a chance.
I'm not talking about like a plate, like a dinner plate size catfish. I'm saying like one of the big, like Wells catfish, like the big 80, 90 pounders.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
We were essentially on top of each other again.
Thank God. There was nothing.
I had that big Spanish sign at the beginning, and then I just went back there. So I'm not going to vote on that one because it's not fair. But yeah, if you see like after we're done, look up a Wells catfish.
You know
this
what?
thing it will. Look it up right now.
Wells catfish.
It will take your entire head and fit it in its mouth. Like we're talking about fish that big.
It is large.
And catfish are nothing but muscle. It's just a head on a tail. That's all it is.
But it does say and this is, I'm splitting hairs. It says the Wells catfish is not in America.
No, I didn't say it was. I'm talking about like the size of one.
Okay.
The biggest catfish found in North America, I have no idea what the breed is, but they don't get that big, but they can get big enough to take your foot in its mouth and wherever it feels like going, that you're going with it.
I'm not saying that I could outswim a catfish, because I think that's just ridiculous. However, I think if a catfish got the foot attached to my 200-pound body in its mouth,
yep,
it's not going anywhere. I think I could fight my way to the surface on that one.
Well, yeah, of course you're gonna fight. I'm just saying, if it made a decision, like the Wells catfish is notorious for having a bad attitude. Like,
if I were a fish, I would have a bad attitude towards human beings as well, to be honest.
It gets aggressive towards people. Like, in the way, there's actually, it happened on River Monsters. They caught a Wells catfish and they released it. The fish turned around and tried to take him back into the water after they released it.
That is,
yeah,
that
straight
is
up. Like, they're gangster, man. They will straight up turn around and try to drag you back in.
We've never encountered a river monster. Garter snakes?
It's not a river monster.
Not a river monster.
Garter snakes are pretty harmless.
Oh, yes. I mean, completely harmless, I think.
Yeah.
I know, but I was not like this as a child. As an adult, I am very creeped out by any animal that lives in the water except fish. And I think it's just entirely because you don't see them. Like, I have no... I'm not saying, you know, I wouldn't be afraid if there was, like, a poisonous or venomous snake nearby. But, like, I have no... If you show me a picture of a snake, I'm not like, ugh. But if you show me a picture of, like, a snake's head coming out of the water, I'd be like, yo, I could have tried to drink from that. And it would have popped out and got me. There's something about the hidden nature of things under the water that it freaks me out a little.
I don't get freaked out about the hidden nature of stuff underwater. I get freaked out of things that, like, maybe in my shoe.
A problem in Texas, I would assume.
Yes, I have. There has been one time, thankfully it's only happened once. Well, that's a lesson you only learn once. There was one time that I put my foot in my sneaker without paying attention. I felt something very pointy and weird in my, like, whenever your toe makes contact with something in your shoe, you think, oh, it's a rock, it's a whatever.
Just squeeze it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
but
jam it all the way to the toe of the shoe.
This felt like a rock that had pointy legs coming off it, and it was a scorpion. And I am highly allergic to venom. So
I believe you, but also I'm like, me too. I bet.
You beat me by 1 point, but we ended on opposite sides. Like you and I drew an almost like straight line to the point.
When you see a sign that says Tunis straight ahead,
yeah,
really makes it a little easier for sure.
Yeah, there's not gonna be a whole lot of separation on this run, is there?
I don't mean to be rude. I believe you when you say you're particularly allergic to venom, but well, it is a funny expression.
But there's varying degrees of like how
I believe
if somebody if you get stung by a wasp and you're not allergic to venom, you just have natural reactions. Yeah. It's not going to kill you. If I get stung by a wasp, I'm dead within minutes.
You have like an anaphylaxis sort of.
Pretty much, situation? Yeah. I've been admitted to the hospital numerous times just for mosquito bites.
Really?
That got out of control.
All right. I believe that you are particularly allergic to venom.
The worst incident was the first time I ever went to California. We went to San Diego to visit my aunt. This is back when I was a kid, like really young. I got bit on my, like, somewhere on the upper eyelid.
Yeah.
By a mosquito. I had to go to the hospital because I could not open my eye. And as a kid, like, you don't understand why that stuff's happening. And I tried to pry open my eye, and it was actually like tearing part of my eyelid off.
Oh my God.
And but it looked like I got stung by a bee.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. And that was just a mosquito bite.
Yeah. You have a lot of mosquitoes down there?
In Houston, oh yeah.
Yeah, I would assume. It's like, hot and wet, right?
It's yeah, I mean, it's you are encouraged by local authorities to not have standing water anywhere.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You're considered negligent if you do that. It's not a crime, of course, but You know, people are going to think that's like leaving your dog's it's like letting your dog like use someone else's yard as their public bathroom and then just leaving it there.
So it's not like
that
leaving your dog in a hot car or something. It's like,
well, I mean that's way worse.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like way worse.
So you guys don't have like bird baths in Houston?
No. Okay. Only in the super like bougie areas where you have big mansions and stuff.
Pesticide use. Full-time gardeners and
exactly, yeah, landscapers and whatnot. Right. But no, having a bird bath in the backyard is not a good idea.
Interesting.
Pools usually get covered. You know, pools also have a whole lot of like chlorine and stuff. They're all treated.
Well, I was always like, I mean, as a kid, I grew up again in the country. We had an above-ground pool and many bird baths, and I was always getting stung by bees and mosquitoes and stuff. And then when I got older, I was like, why do we have a bird bath? Like, just throw that out. It's just a breeding ground for things that prick you. Well, I lived in Ontario. The province has like probably 10,000 lakes. You know, the birds are not going to be starved for fresh water. They don't need the bird bath to be there.
What I will say is that so going back to the whole part that kicked off the conversation, when I felt something moving like on my toe, and it very clearly had some sort of spikiness to it, my immediate reaction was to take the shoe off and just football spike it as hard as I could on the ground. It did nothing to the scorpion. I did eventually get the better of it. I didn't want to kill it, but I kind of did at the same time. Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna play it safe or go a little more here because I'm not sure. Oh, never mind. I found the city. Oh. Well, I found one of the cities on the sign. Yeah, hell, I only got you by 100. I got you by 99.
Okay.
But yeah, so I did end up killing the scorpion.
That's good, I think.
Yeah, and I want to make sure, because people are like, oh, like, you know, this guy thinks there's emperor scorpions out there. No, it wasn't like a giant one of those big ones you see on, like, you know, Brave Wilderness or anything. Yeah, this was Aladdin. This was a little scorpion, but it was big enough for me to stop my toe from going into the actual shoe, and it was also enough to scare the living bejesus out of me.
I feel bad for the scorpion, but I'm also like, hey,
that could have killed me, man.
Mother Nature handed that creature a very bad hand.
Look, here, this is what I'm gonna say about bugs, because I'm not a fan of bugs. I don't mind them. If they're outside, you got the whole entire planet. You know, do whatever you want, have a good time. But you step inside of my room and my dwelling, we got a problem. It's like you got the entire planet worth of space, and you got to come in on this one little tiny slice.
Yeah. You might want some space too, though, if you had 1.5 billion brothers and sisters within 3 cubic miles of your birthplace.
You know what? The urban planning for bug population is not. We're not even in the same species at that point. So that's on them. I'm not the one.
It's not your responsibility. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
You did not have
I'm sitting here. I pay my taxes on time, and I'm doing my thing, just living my life. And you got to come and make your house in my freaking shoe.
I trust me. I understand.
And because I know people are going to be asking me, yes, I do. I have to have one of those, the EpiPens or whatever. Yeah. Because if I get tagged by, like, I have been stung by a wasp once, but luckily it was on my finger, and I didn't realize that it was a wasp until I saw it fly away, and it was luckily a red wasp, so they don't have a whole lot of
chopped it off, maybe, or
it felt like my finger was getting chopped off.
So I will give you license to complain about bee stings.
Okay.
Most people, I don't give them a license. Sometimes I think again, this is my unique upbringing of having been, you know, kind of brought up in the country, where it was just like it happened from time to time. Sometimes people try to mansplain the bee sting to me. They're like, "Have you ever had a bee sting? It really hurts." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. Probably had like 25. It's not that bad."
But you got stung by like a honeybee?
Bumblebees,
Bumblebee,
occasional wasp. I mean, it's not pleasant. Let's call it like we say.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping you're not doing it like for
fun. No.
Yeah.
But people, you know, if you have a venom sensitivity, I understand. I didn't even know that was a thing.
We just laugh at him and make fun of him. Our dear dear trusted friend. He look at this wussy over here.
The sentence was just funny because it was like we're all allergic to venom.
No, I got the implication. It's just
everybody else. I'm like, you don't have my license to complain.
Oh boy, I don't know about this one, Northernlion.
This is gonna be a really tightly contested 5-piece, I think.
I found 13 and I found 15, but I don't know where 14 is.
Did you try looking between them?
Yes, I did. You got me by 300.
But overall,
it was just barely enough.
Oh, delightful. What a delightful result. Sinvicta.
There's 14.
What can you say?
You literally got me by 99.
When you're going up against the Wayne Gretzky of Geoguessr,
man,
to even take in a breath in the wrong way, the great one can leave you in the dust.
I gotta stop this guy. You're between you and your Twitch highlights and all your fours of VR wins, and now your Geoguessr dominance. You're getting too big of an egg over there.
My elo rises by the day.
I gotta stop this guy.
I'm going to Grandmaster. Anyway, it was a good game. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Monday with the next one. If you enjoyed this one, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Monday.
See you later.